Welcome to Tea Tips with me, Dr. T. And today we're in Dr. T's kitchen. Yes, we're in Dr. T's kitchen. We're going to do a fabulous recipe of chicken infused with tea, some asparagus steamed in tea, and some jade oolong rice. All the recipes you can find in my Ultimate Tea Diet book. Have you picked up your copy? What are you waiting for? I'm getting asked quite frequently these days, before we get started cooking, about storing your tea. Once you're done with your leaves and you can't get to it till the next day, what I recommend doing is putting the leaves in the fridge, like I do, and I just pull out my wonderful teapot. As you can see here, the leaves are in there, and I can use this for the next entire day, as I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to make myself a little cup of tea by using these leaves that I stored overnight. Now, in Dr. T's kitchen, you understand that we have to remove the negativity before we do our cooking. Why? Because when you do your cooking, the emotions of your body enter the food. So it's very important that you stay positive when you're doing your cooking. So just a big inhale in, and just vision all that negativity leaving your body, especially out your hands, because your hands are going to be touching the food. One more time. And get rid of that negativity. Good, now we're ready to go, positively charged, and I'm going to positively charge our beautiful chicken breasts. Now I've taken these out 30 minutes before I prepare them. Why? Because if you take a cold chicken breast out, you put it into a hot stove, immediately it seals up like that, and you get a dried chicken breast. I've cleaned them just a little bit, so I'm going to get started by adding a little extra virgin olive oil, EVO. And what the olive oil does, it adds a beautiful surface, besides flavor, adds a beautiful surface by which the agave and the tea is going to infuse itself to. So I'm going to add a little bit of agave because I want to have sort of a nice sweet chicken breast today. See all the dried pineapple and coconut that's going to go on there? So, in Dr. T's kitchen, of course, you get your hands dirty as we're going to grill that up today. Doesn't that look good? And you also don't have to use a lot of salt. So those of you that are on a low sodium diet, you can use tea instead of a lot of salt. And then I'm going to take this over to the stove. I've preheated my barbecue grill over here, if my cameraman can join me. First on the bone side, very quickly, just to get that heated up. I want my bones heated up. I learned this trick in France. Now, just as the bones heat up, you can see the skin here turning just a little bit white. I'm going to go ahead and flip that over just that quickly because my bones are a little bit warm. Let's get started with our rice. I have a beautiful brown rice. I use brown rice because it's far more healthier for us. Before I get started, we're going to make ourselves up a little tea. Now, we always know the proper measure of tea is to coat the bottom of your vessel with a thin line of tea, except when you're using oolong. When you're using oolong, you can see that I've coated about a third or so of that vessel with the tea. Why? Because this oolong is a rolled tea, and each one of those little balls there is going to open up into a beautiful, beautiful tea leaf. So I'm going to add a little bit of hot water, and that oolong is just going to saturate all that beautiful oolong. The champagne of all the teas is going to saturate into that beautiful brown rice. Let me go ahead and throw it in. Of course, we're cooking at Dr. T's home today, so the family's in and about. Bye, Luck. Have a great day. Then we're going to go ahead and start our beautiful asparagus. I'm going to hack off the bottom and the stems. The stems, of course, you can keep, and you can use them for a beautiful stock, and you shouldn't waste anything. You know, my grandmother never wasted anything. She was Eastern European, and I kind of grew up in her kitchen, so nothing ever went to waste. Aren't those beautiful asparagus? Look at that. They're, of course, organic. I buy organic. They're a little more expensive, but they're without the pesticides, and I know I'm worth it. Aren't you? So try to buy organic as much as you can. We're going to take those beautiful asparagus, lay them down into the steamer, and then I'm going to get my pot over here once again, and we're going to coat the bottom of this pot. Look at that beautiful white tea with those dried blueberries. Isn't that fabulous? What a smell. And that smell is going to absolutely take over those asparagus. Okay? So to that, we're going to add a little bit of cold water. So our white tea, you know, this is when you need smell-o-vision along with the podcast because that white tea is smelling great. So I got these beautiful asparagus here, and we're going to put those right above our tea-infused water. The beauty of cooking with tea is that while your food is now cooking and you're waiting patiently for it to come to life before you partake, you have the ability to enjoy a nice cup of tea. Our chicken is just about ready, and you want to take it off somewhere, not while it's quite all done, because you see this meat is going to continue to cook. Let's go ahead and add our asparagus right here. See all that professional training that I have. And you don't have to be a professional chef in order to cook with tea. Just find the teas you love, throw them into your favorite dishes, and see what tea will do to your favorite dishes. So we're going to go ahead and let that chicken settle. I've got this beautiful brown rice infused with the oolong leaves, and you can leave those leaves in there and eat them. They're totally digestible. We have a beautiful white tea with dried blueberries, steamed asparagus. We have a white tea with pineapple and coconut, enriched with the agave, breasts of chicken, and a beautiful jade oolong rice. All from Dr. T's Kitchen. And stay tuned next week when we talk about white teas.